Alrighty, hello, welcome back, my awesome juniors. If you are here on Wednesday and you are getting ahead of the curve, super proud of you. And if not, still super proud of you. Glad to see you here. Let's keep it going. So you are today going to work on, it's basically classification day 2, and we are going to dive deep into the classification of plants and animals. So before we go on, just review what we learned last class. How do we classify species, and what is the system that we use to classify those species? So take some time to review that system of domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species, and make sure you kind of know where we are. All right, let's jump right in. And if you want, come to office hours. I will be having office hours both on Wednesday and on Friday for you all, so please come into office hours to ask questions, make sure you're understanding what's going on. Okay, so how do we classify the main groups of plants and animals? That's the question you have to answer today. So again, we're on topic 5 out of 6, and the same reason why it matters in life is the same thing we talked about last time, because we're still talking about the same topic. And then I think I used this meme already, but it's okay, I thought it was funny. Scientific names for tomato and potato. Okay, so basically, what you're going to have to do today is get your own notes on each of these different plant phyla. So if you remember, last class, actually, I will even pull up a picture. Hold on one second. Last class, we learned this. Domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Last class, you learned the 3 domains. Tell me them now. Did you say eukaryote, bacteria, and archaea? Because I hope you did. Those are the 3 domains. We also learned these 6 kingdoms last class. Tell me the 6 kingdoms. Did you say bacteria, archaea, fungi, plants, animals, and protists? I hope you did, because those are the 6 kingdoms, okay? Today, you are going to be responsible for knowing some phylums of plants and some phylums of animals. Those are the only 2 kingdoms we're going deeper into. So animal phylums and plant phylums. I just want you to have an understanding of where we are on this diagram. So these are the 4 plant phyla that you are going to have to know, and it's going to be your job to make your own notes using the Quizlet that I posted, because that Quizlet is great. So one of the phyla is called bryophytes. Bryophytes are things like moss. Another one is called Phyllosynophyta. This is like ferns. Here's a picture of a fern right here. Coniferophyta, these are woody trees like pine trees, anything that kind of has a cone. So this would be a coniferophyta way down here in this side area. And then lastly is angiospermophyta right here. These are flowering plants. This is the majority of what you think of when you think of flowers. Or when you think of plants anyway. You think of roses and tulips and flowering plants. Those are all going to be angiosperms. So you need to know those 4 plant phyla, and you're going to know those by taking your own notes on the Quizlet that's posted. Okay, some other plant terms that you should know, these are also in the Quizlet, so you can use the Quizlet to go through these, are vascular tissues, roots, spores, seeds, pine needles, and woody tissue. So basically this picture is like your guidepost to make sure you have notes on all those things. It's all in the Quizlet. So go look at that Quizlet. Next, here's just some pictures of the plant phyla if you're interested. So we've got bryophytes, which are like mosses, ferns, pine trees, and angiospermophytes, which are any kind of flowering plant. Okay, so that's everything you need to know for plant phyla. If you want, pause the video now, go take the Quizlet notes for plants, and then come back and we can do animals together. Okay. So, for animals, these are the different animal phyla that you have to know. There are more here, I know that, but you are totally capable of knowing all of these things. And these are all also on the animal Quizlet that is posted on Google Classroom. So, the Platyhelminthes, these are like flatworms. Cnidaria, I know it starts with a C, but it's pronounced Cnidaria. This is like jellyfish and coral. Mollusca, snails. Annelida, these are segmented worms. Arthropoda, this one I always found easy to remember because arthropods I always just thought of spiders, so insects and spiders. Echinodermata, this is starfish and sea urchins. Ponifera, these are sponges. And then chordata. These are animals that contain spinal cords. So you need to know all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. All 8 of those animal phyla. And chordata is bolded for a reason, okay? A majority of the animals that you think of when you go to the zoo are going to fall in this chordata phyla. So you need to go down one more step, and we need to know some of the chordata classes. So if you remember, we are looking at this diagram. You've learned 4 plant phylums, and you're learning 8 animal phylums. And then within the chordata phylum of animal, we're going to learn a couple more classes. And then that's it. We're not going to go any deeper, or else I would be forcing you to memorize 1.2 million species, which nobody knows, I don't think. So, in the chordata phylum, there are more than just these 5 classes, but these are the only 5 classes that you have to know. So these are the major classes of chordata, which are animals that have a spinal cord. Mammalia, mammals. The good thing about the chordata classes is that they pretty much make sense, and you pretty much already know all these words, especially if you speak Spanish, so it shouldn't be too big of an ask to know these. But mammalia, mammals, aves, birds, amphibians, which are like frogs, reptilia, which are like snakes. Obviously, there are more examples, but I'm just giving you those. And then pisca, which are fish. Those are the 5 major classes you need to know. Okay, so before I let you go to do the notes on the animal section, I just want to define one thing for you because it's going to help you understand those definitions better. And that is this idea of radial versus bilateral symmetry, because you're going to see it a lot in these definitions for animals. So radial symmetry is symmetry around a central axis, like a starfish or a flower. If you look at this starfish here, you can cut it in basically any point from its central axis, and it will be symmetrical. That is not true for, say, a human. We cannot cut ourselves from a central point that starts in, I'm going to draw a little bit because it might help. We can't cut ourselves from a central point in any direction and see symmetry. But you can see that with a starfish. Or, for example, you could even say that a square has radial symmetry. Because if I have this square, and then I cut it in this direction, in this direction, in this direction, in this direction, do you see how it is symmetrical along that central axis no matter which way I cut it? That is not true for this fly. Let's say this is the center of the fly. If I cut the fly this way, is that symmetrical? No, right? This is what we call bilateral symmetry. I'm going to change the color here because this fly is only symmetrical along a specific axis. So along a unique plane is what they say. I have to erase all this stuff to show you bilateral symmetry. But that's okay. Come on, work for me. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Okay. So bilateral symmetry is symmetry down a midline, or the property of having symmetrical halves down a unique plane. So I'll show you my crazy looking face right now. We humans are bilaterally symmetrical down our center plane, but we are not symmetrical this way, or this way, or this way. So just knowing the idea of radial versus bilateral symmetry is going to help you a lot when you're doing these definitions for animal and plant phyla. Okay, so your job today, I'm glad this video is short, I'm proud of myself. You are going to study and take notes on the 2 Quizlets linked on Google Classroom for plant and animal classifications. You are responsible for this info. You've got to know all of the plant definitions, the plant phyla, the 8 animal phyla, and the 5 animal classes, okay? You will have to take a quiz on this info. When you feel ready, go on into Google Classroom and take that quiz, because I know you guys are totally capable. So that is your assignment for the day, is the quiz. I need that quiz by Friday. If you are feeling a little antsy and you want to get outside, because you can still go outside, I have another activity that you guys are welcome to do, and I'd love to see you do it. but I'm not requiring it because I don't know everyone's situation. I don't know if everyone has the ability to go outside at the moment, but if you can get yourself outside, you can do this for fun. Use the dichotomous key and the other references that I've posted on Google Classroom, and you can go outside, and I want you to try to find an example of each of the 4 plant phylas around your home. And you can just write about what you find on a blank sheet of paper, and you can send it to me if you'd like. I'd love to see it. But please, please don't kill plants. Take photos of the plants and send them to me instead. And remember, please, if you choose to go outside, it is safe to go outside, but stay 6 feet away from others. Do not interact with people that are not in your household unit. And please, please, please stay 6 feet away from other people if you choose to go outside. Okay? I know you guys can do it. But this might be a fun way to go on a little walk around the neighborhood and try and find some different plants. Okay. I hope you guys have an awesome Friday. If you're reading this or watching this on Wednesday, have an awesome Wednesday. Whenever you're watching it, I hope you're having a great day. And I'm excited to see you at office hours. If you need me this afternoon, I will be at office hours from 2 to 3 p.m. on Wednesday and Friday of this week. You guys are awesome. Keep up the hard work. This too will pass. Have a great day, y'all.